Hi, this is Catherine Dubberly, the Answer Lady. Jack received another question where a knitter took her machine apart for a good cleaning and had parts left over when she thought she had it back together. He's found the parts, and some of you may have the same problem, so we thought we'd show you in this little movie.
Alright, another one of our knitting friends has said, I got it apart, but I've got some parts left over. I kind of drew pictures of what she sent me by email of these two parts, and those two parts. Doesn't mean much to you, but it means a lot to me. Now, what we've got is, this is one part, and its corresponding part is right over here. And the way we're going to show that is, this piece that I'm pointing to now is what's riding this slot underneath here. Same thing on that side. So that's our two pieces that are just alike. And as look right here. This is the little sculptured lobe.
That's the end from one of these multi-pieces, right?
Right, yeah. This
multi-sided pieces,
right.
Yeah.
That's the sculptured lobe with obviously a rider slot in it. And that's what we're seeing right there. There's the rider slot. There's the sculptured lobe. And there it is. It's just sitting there and doing what it's supposed to do. Now, one of the other things that she was missing was a six-sided nut. And there it is right there. There's one on this side, and there's the one on this side. We're going to flip it over. These are the screws that hold those two nuts right there. And if you'll notice, these are the butts of the pieces that we were also looking for. And there's a good shot of the end of one of those pieces.
We should point out that what we're working on now is a Brother standard gauge carriage. It is not the same model as that of our friend, but they all have a great deal in common. So you can generalize from brother to brother to a certain extent, not necessarily to another brand.
Right, and my suspicion is we pulled this knob, we took off this circlip here and this circlip here to remove this piece, which is driven by your selector knob here. And then when we did that, we didn't realize this piece here and its corresponding friend here didn't get put back in. We also had a lady ask about these circlips right here. This is also called an E-clip. And yes, if you get one off and you damage it, you can go to many hardware stores and they will have an E-clip selection. What happens is you have to really press down to get that back into the slot that it's in. But now, this is the test. If it will rotate in its slot, like you see me doing here.
I can see it moving, yeah.
Okay, then it's in there properly.
Now be nice to this. This is my newest machine.
I know, you let me take your new machine apart. But if you press on it like I've just done several times and it pops off, it was not in the slot. Okay, now the other piece that was missing was this piece.
Actually, these pieces weren't missing. They were left over when we put it back together.
We put it back together. We couldn't find where they were going.
Not you and I. Let's be clear.
Well, our friend followed the video, took it apart, and had trouble putting it back together. And what we want to let you know is there's support available. This piece, and there's two of them in my little greasy fingers, are what holds the handle on. They go through the handle just like so, and they screw into these two posts. And I'm going to screw this one in
without the handle present.
Without the handle present, just so you can see. That's how you fit it up and say, oh, I guess that's where that goes, because look at there, it screws right in.
Some of them are a little stickier than others to get in.
They are sticky, and what happens is this is in the middle of the handle when the handle is properly placed. And so what you get is you're trying to line up these two holes in the handle and the third hole in that piece. But a little bit of persistence
You know what?
will let you do that, just like so.
Since I was so brave and let you take this apart, I think you should clean it while you're in here.
I will, and let me point out that this is one of the things we go after. This old grease. Now look what happened. Here's a piece of plastic from a screw that caught in that old grease, because that old grease is what? Sticky, tacky.
I'm saying this is my new machine. It's new to me, and it's in wonderfully good condition, and it may have been knitted on hardly at all, but nevertheless, it's not new in years, and the grease has aged.
Right, and what I'll point out is the grease is here also.
Yep.
The grease is here also. We want these things to move smoothly when we're knitting. So the best thing to do is clean them up, lubricate them, then when we put them back together, we're ready to knit.